say Zay, you say Folk. Zay,
Folk.
Zay,
Folk.
Zay,
Folk.
Welcome to We Have No Cares. We're excited, we got a new player and he scores goals and everything.
Yay.
Yay. I'm Nick O'Hay.
I'm Robert Borthwick.
We didn't go to Dumbarton, but our friend Marley did.
Yay.
Yay. Are you okay? Has your penis returned to normal size?
It was quite cold, but I was wrapped up. It was great.
And penis all
It
nice.
it's returned to normal.
Excellent.
Good.
Penis news.
Great
We're
stuff.
bringing you
Delighted by that news.
the up to the minute dick updates.
That's what the listeners want to know.
Yeah. Hey, we only won 5-1
Again.
again. Against. Is there any sort of unifying aspect to our 5-1 victories this season? Anything that would make that absolutely fucking hilarious?
Oh, actually, Colin Nish plays for them.
Oh, that's right. He used to play for Hibernian, didn't he?
Yes, that's right.
Uh-huh.
I think that's the only one though. I think we should just draw a line under it. Only kidding. Ian Murray wrapped that straight up you dick.
Oh, I'm so delighted. I'm so delighted that we keep on winning the 5-1. I get like the fact we keep on engineering 5-1 victories against Ian Murray.
I can't wait till he's Hibs manager.
Which is
Inevitable.
going to happen with crushing inevitability.
Oh yes. Oh yes. 4 times in his career he has now been on the receiving end of a 5-1 fist. 4 times.
You guys weren't there, but it is wonderful at Dumbarton because the manager has to come out of the tunnel, run across the pitch to the other side where the where the dugouts are.
Are the dugouts in the stand or in the
No, they're on the
fence side?
Yeah, they're on the fence side. So you actually have the sight of Ian Murray coming out next to the fans, taking absolute pelters, and then
hobbling
second
across
half,
the pitch.
Well, he did jog. He was remarkable. He actually managed to get
the most nimble he's been in years.
to the Ian Murray You're a Wanker sound
Fantastic.
ringing in his ears. It was great.
Did his wheelchair pusher get the same abuse?
I'm so upset that I haven't been able to get to Dumbarton. It looks like a remarkable ground. Like watching the highlights, it feels like watching a game of fives.
Yeah.
And then like just every so often the camera will pan around and there's loads of people watching. You just
See. It's like let's fuck it. Bet Butler when they made that stadium, it was like I know there's this beautiful historic rocking castle right next to the pitch. Yeah, let's just build the stand facing the other way, so no one can see it. No one must ever know that it's there. Like,
well, let's face it, you would be distracted by the endless, ineffable beauty instead of watching Dumbarton play football.
that's a great point, well made. Yeah, fair enough. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have been Scotland's Braga. Isn't. What were your impressions of Dumbarton as a place and a lifestyle choice?
Well, you know, it's a nice wee ground to go to, hop off at Dumbarton East. Stag's Head is there. Maybe not the most salubrious bar, but you know, get in for a beer and then
They have beer.
They have beer.
They have beer. That's
They
good.
have beer.
Great start.
Yeah.
5-minute walk round to the ground. Maybe not the best time to judge it in the middle of a hailstorm, the wind blowing in. But we did realise that the ground sits right on the Clyde as well. I hadn't actually known that.
Oh, that's great. So you've got like the wind coming off the river. It's a good job. It's nice and sheltered for it.
Maybe they should have built it directly behind the rock, or inside the castle grounds.
Maybe they should just make much better decisions for the entirety of their time.
And not be in Dumbarton.
That would be decision number 1.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, great. Well, I'm glad we had you on the grounds because, like I say, me and Robert have only managed to watch the highlights in between just generally being incredibly excited about our new striker,
the General.
Mr. Gennaro Zefauk.
Yes.
I'm trying to call him Zeke. I think Zeke works.
Zeke.
Just
taking out the foul.
Yeah. I don't think you need it.
He ate it.
He's a big lad.
Yes. Oh, he's a big boy. Yeah.
We'll kind of get into this as we discuss the game, but I generally got an impression that he's actually, oddly quick and mobile and skillful for somebody who does appear to have been carved out of a mountain.
He had some similarities to Dumbarton Rock. Big guy. Will let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's got a lovely insulating layer of blubber over what I can only imagine is a core made out of pure igneous rock.
I think that's why he probably did okay at Dumbarton in the snow. That insulating layer saw him through all right. But
Yeah.
Great.
He wasn't even wearing gloves.
No.
He's a man. He's a real man.
I hate the gloves chat. People like, your hands are an extremity. It's not that weird to wear gloves and short sleeve shirts.
No, it just looks wrong and it'll
Looks
never
wrong,
do.
Yeah.
It'll
Walker,
never do.
Patterson, they were both at it.
And Nicholson as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good enough. I'm sorry.
I'm down with it. I'm absolutely happy with it.
Well, I'm on the other side of the fence and I'm not climbing over, so...
Oh well, this podcast is over. Good day, sir.
It's the David Abua look, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you telling me we don't want our players to be more like David Abua in every single aspect of their lives?
I remember
Yes.
David Abua's... I remember Abua's... Was it his debut against Airdrie in the League Cup, and he was wearing green boots, short sleeves, gloves, and he missed a penalty. And if the writing was ever on the wall, then
Was
that
he not
was
signed as a free kick specialist? And
Aye.
he took that ridiculous attempt from 35 yards.
Ended up in Slateford. Aye, yeah. What a
Yeah.
debut that was.
Also
Wow.
signed as a left back, if I remember correctly. And
Aye, yeah, that's
and
right.
one of the least hard-working defensive players I've ever seen in my life. But scored against the Hibs, so great guy.
Yep, and Rangers as well. Yeah,
Great guy.
great guy. Hope
Best
he's doing well.
celebration ever, really.
Oh yeah.
I
Yep.
don't think that could be topped. Machine gunning the entire Hibs.
And then telling the media that he thought he was Lee Wallace with a gun.
And that's gangster. Okay, so we played against Dumbarton, and very, very early into the game, quelled all thoughts of this being another drab 0-0. Sam Nicholson scored a goal. Now,
Yep.
if you just, in a vacuum, say Sam Nicholson scored from 25 yards, you get quite excited.
Yep.
If you actually watch it, it seems like Dumbarton's keeper is a bit shit.
Also,
Yeah.
it was like 30, 25 yards. That's a bit unfair. It was like 30, easily 30 yards out.
I don't think so. No, it's like 7 yards outside the D.
Yeah.
25, I think, is a good.
Fuck you both.
The chat behind me said that's goal of the season there. And everyone else thought, what have you been drinking?
You have the shortest memory in the world, sir.
No, that was his first ever Hearts game. Jesus.
Where did you get your loyalty points?
God, that's a great point. This game sold out in nanoseconds.
Yeah.
I was like I turned around. I didn't even realise Dumbarton existed, and already the game was sold out. But you're obviously a great proper Hearts man to have the loyalty points ready to
That's it.
steam in there.
I had my...
How did the goal look in real time?
It looked alright. He stepped up, took a shot, boom, goal. It wasn't hugely.
Thanks, Marley.
Yeah, but it wasn't hugely. It wasn't goal of the season.
It was kind of something out of
I
nothing
think-
a wee bit as
a
well.
wee bit,
like-
yeah. I think when you say the keeper's at fault, possibly, yeah, I think that's right. But it just seemed to be. I think Dumbarton were maybe shitting it, and I think that was the first indication of it. When we went there first time round, they were so staunch in defence, really, really well organised, blocking everything. But I think they thought they were in for a pumping after maybe the 5-1 at Tynecastle.
Yeah.
That showed.
It's not impossible to say that they just saw Gennaro in the tunnel and just sort of went, I want to go home.
Aye. Basically, the defenders just went, nope!
Lol, no. But yeah, well, it was terrible marking in midfield. Sam had acres of space to pick his spot. He picked his spot well, but I mean, you were saying from the GoPro angle, it's pretty clear that the keeper was.
Yeah,
at fault.
the GoPro goal cam. It looks like
Say that again.
GoPro goal cam.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Cool. No, it looked like the keeper, the guy in orange. What's his name?
I think it's Danny.
Danny. Yep, Danny fucked it. He was too far to his.
D4NNY.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It just looked like he was slightly too far to his left, but at the same time, and I'm maintaining it was 30 yards. You're not going to expect someone to hit it from 30 yards, kicking into the wind as well.
That's a
you
big
know.
thing. The wind was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Alexander didn't appear to realise this for the entire first half and kept trying his sort of to kick it, and it just
just
Right,
basically
I'll
came
stop
back into his
speaking,
hands.
but yeah, generally his kick out was ridiculous. But so I can imagine the keeper wasn't expecting it because the wind was so strong. But yeah, good strike.
Just sort of element of surprise slightly from where he hit it from and when he hit it. That, you know, decent goal, but if the goalie had been stood maybe slightly, even 2 yards to his right in the middle of the goals where he should be, it's probably a save. But
his name apparently is Danny Rogers. He's on loan from Aberdeen, so I guess he's been learning at the knee of Jamie Langfield. By that.
Lucky him.
And also, thank you to Wikipedia's squad page. I noticed that their number 2 player is David Van Zanten, who also used to play for Hibernian.
Do you not know that?
No, I did know that, but it just reminded me, and it made me sort of think, yeah.
Big DVZ.
So the same abuse that Mr. Murray had to enjoy, Mr. Van Zanten also enjoyed.
And
the
Mr.
fucking
Mish.
prick that he is.
So great stuff to hear. Thank you, Heart Support. Well, I don't know if this was actually our first glimpse of Zeefuik, but on the highlights next, we do see like a really sort of strong effort from him. Gomez feeding him in the inside left channel. You remember this one, Marley?
Yeah, very good. He took a couple of touches. I think he cut into the centre and just hit it with a lot of power.
Venom.
Yes.
Sheer venom. Every inch of it dripping from the ball as it raced through the air. Yeah, like inside left channel, he picks it up. He sort of jinks in like 2-3 times, fakes, drops a shoulder, smacks it, and Rogers gets a strong fist.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the only fist Dumbarton got. Yeah, I think that just sums Zeefuik up. Yeah, on Saturday he was superb.
Aye.
He was really very strong. That's a real signing, I think, for us for the rest of the season. Already, like by the time he steps up to take that shot, you're thinking, gee, him and So up front against Rangers, that would be amazing.
I think a lot of people are sort of saying that now because So's got the pace and he's got the touch. I mean, nothing against Keatons. I fucking love James Keatons, but I think, you know, maybe it's too early to say that Zeefuik would be our number 1 choice, but if you're going on form...
I don't know if he's number 1 choice. I mean, obviously I've just watched highlights. I think So is the better player. So's much more complete, but he will just be coming back from injury when we get to Rangers. But it's really interesting because like So's build has meant that we've played him as the central striker quite often, but I do actually think his skill set is more being the second striker. Yeah. His pace, his skill, his reading of the game. Him and Zeefuik as a partnership could be very, very pant-wetting.
It excites me slightly.
It's the kind of partnership that you maybe only get at this level. Maybe you only get it for 6 months. You get it for a season, but if we can hold on to the two of them, I think there's going to be something special. Like I'm not over-egging that. I think they will be very good.
I did have a question about the way Zeefuik was used. It's like when he appears in the highlights, it is him using skill or touch or awareness or timing to get on the end of the chances that he did score. There's not a header in the game, which is weird considering his height and his power. Did we actually aim for him at all as an out ball?
Yeah, he had quite a good ability to have not really jumped, but to have the strength to really just hold off the defender from coming onto him. So the defender's behind is going to win the jump, but he just stands strong and took the ball. I think that happened a couple of times. He won a couple of headers, but I think it's generally his overall strength is ridiculous. So he will win a lot.
That's something that Jankowskis always gave us. You know, we could hit the ball long, if you want to call it that, to Jankowskis, and he would just step back, put his arms out, stick his arse out, and keep the defenders off, take it down on his chest, and then he's basically got the midfield to look for, or he could turn his man. Is that the sort of similar sort of thing?
There's a lot of similarity actually between them in that regard.
It does make sense why he's referred to as the Dutch Jankowskis.
He is, yeah. Completely. That's what they call him in Holland.
Zeekowskis.
But yeah, no, he's got that, you know, massive sort of Nicki Minaj arse that he can use to keep defenders out of the way and stuff like that.
I think he got implants actually.
He's actually made it of granite. Yeah, no, it's all looking promising, having not actually seen him yet. From what I'm hearing,
having had no looks.
Yeah. But no, that's great news. And then obviously, like his hold-up play was shown with with the second goal, with Walker's goal as well.
Before that happened, like,
Oh.
it wasn't all completely plain sailing for in the early going. They did have a chance, a really worrying chance, very very similar to the goal that Hibs actually scored from last week. A very very deep cross from the right, and Chris Turner, who I believe is from Northern Ireland.
All right, yeah, Chris, yeah.
Callum Patterson was not aware of his presence on this plane of existence whatsoever. He got a very free header which cracked off the bar. It just looked like our defence just completely were asleep.
There was actually quite a wee, I don't know, 5-minute period when they had a fair wee bit of the ball. We were pretty bad in defence. We got a wee bit flustered. Alexander as well, coming out for things. It was just a wee bit shambolic in defence. 5 minutes after that, we sort of sorted it out. But yeah, I don't know that we're quite the complete article in defence at the moment.
Was that sort of? Would you say that's down to the wind, or was it just sort of, were they not playing the?
They're maybe so convinced that they're just needing to drive up and score goals.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Just I did see it on the Twitter updates, which is how I watched the game. That it was a lot of Dumbarton chance, Alexander save, Dumbarton chance, Dumbarton hit the bar, Dumbarton chance, and then Walker goal. So, it sort of came out of nowhere.
That was the only period in the game that they troubled us. There was like this little period of maybe 5 minutes max, and then after that it was over.
Yeah, we scored another goal. Jamie Walker scored it.
Yes.
We saw the beautiful, creative, technical side of Gennaro Zeefuik. That touch, just don't say anything. Just look at me, Rob. Just look at me and try and transmit how you feel about that touch. Oh wow, listeners, this is an experience.
Yeah.
You should have seen that look. It was okay.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
I think you all did see it in your hearts.
But if you want to actually describe it, then I could.
Please do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, again, wind was sort of causing havoc a bit. It kind of bounced forward from I don't know if it was Boabin. I think sort of knocked it forward. It was about. I'm going to estimate 14 miles in there.
Yeah, it certainly cleared the rock.
It looked about 14 miles in there, and it came down. And again, with the wind sort of blowing the ball all over the place, Zeefuik took this incredible touch back to goal, whereby he sort of knocked it to one side, took the defender out of the game completely, played a through ball on the half volley. To be fair, Scott Linton at left back maybe could have done a bit better, but I think Walker was smart. Walker put a bit of weight into his back, made Linton miss the ball. Walker took it, and it was well struck. It was a daisy cutter. Maybe the keeper, Danny, could have done a bit better, but
Maybe Langfield.
They all count. I think the main thing to take from this though was, I mean, not to make this some sort of Zeefuik wank cast, but is to take the assist. Is the sort of the main point from it.
Yeah, it was a great touch. That just shows you his sort of strength, touch, ability, puts the ball through. That's what he's going to bring to us, I think.
With the defender,
link-up play.
Defender right down his neck as well. And it was pretty good.
Yeah, the way he sort of juggled it in midair while after he took that first touch, he was like basically playing keepy uppies before he thought it's like maybe we should score a goal out of this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Big Zeke is a better forward than Rodgers.
Zeke isn't going to stick.
It's happening.
Zeke is not going to stick.
I'm going to make it happen.
Absolutely, you're not. You're definitely not.
I think the keeper he's got to take a wee bit of blame there. Another poor sort of performance, but I think that ties into the Dumbarton mindset. Yeah, I think they'd lost the game before they stepped out on the pitch, to be honest.
Just the sort of mentality and body language,
It was a half-hearted attempt.
Well, just to disagree with you,
I don't want to take it away from Jamie Walker.
Yeah, of course.
Great finish.
Yeah.
Just to disagree with you slightly there. So shortly after that, Mark Gulhaney had a good drive. He dispossessed Sam Nicholson just about in the corner of our box. Sam napping a little bit, and he spanked a good hard drive towards the top right hand corner and a good save from Alexander. So I think my impression was that they were still trying at least. You disagree with that?
No, I think they were trying. It's just I don't know if psychologically they were defeated. I just think they were pretty easy. It really could have been 10. I'm not 5-1 could have been 10.
You should make a song out of it.
Yeah, make quite a good song, especially directed at that prick Murray. But you know, there was something about it. It was fairly easy. They had that little flurry after that was over. No,
Yeah,
it was never in doubt. But yeah, nice strike. Sam caught napping. Yeah, not much else to say about it.
yeah. Fuck Mark Gilhaney.
Well, that was more or less it for the first half. Quite early in the second half, James Keating's started a bit of a theme in which he missed a chance.
Yeah, a bit of a theme. Yeah, he could have been on a hat trick.
Well,
Yeah.
and he was not.
No, absolutely not.
But his first major missed chance was by far the most difficult and most spectacular of them. Talk us through your erection, Mister. I'm going to change that. We're not going to talk about
No, we're keeping this. Tell me about your erection.
Almost as long as the distance from which Mr. Keating's hit that strike.
My.
Sir.
Yeah, he was about 20 yards out.
Yeah, it was a rocket. Beautiful stuff.
We are now talking about the chance on goal.
Oh no,
Yeah,
James
yeah.
Keating's to the bottom. Yeah, it was a good strike.
He hit it very hard
Yeah.
and very true, and it plumb on the bar.
Yeah.
He had an unlucky day.
I'm actually beginning to feel a bit sorry for James Keating. He should stop walking under ladders and shit. Like in every
Yeah,
game
those
now.
black cats going across his path.
Aye, I know. Like in every single game, like to be fair, I think this is the first game when he's had a sustained amount of chances that he hasn't scored. He's usually on the score sheet, but
Was his
you
other
know-
one not Dumbarton? When he had
Did he
like
miss
a
the pen
num-
against him?
Did not, he had
It's
a
Falkirk.
number of, was it there was that game we won by a number of goals and he missed.
I'm sure it was
There's a
Falkirk. It was
number of
Falkirk. With, like
sitters.
his confidence just got absolutely fucked in
It
the
was
dick
Falkirk
by
at the start of the
missing
season.
the pen.
But you know, like you look at the game against Livingston, against Cowdenbeath, and there was a game at Tynecastle, Alloa. You know, he scored in all those games, but he could have scored quite easily 15. Like
It's
it's
such a shit. Like he
it's-
is good.
it's-
He is a good player.
he's absolutely incredible at getting in the right positions, and I love that in a striker. Like he reads the game so well. But like you know, against Livingston, and then even in the game on Saturday, like he missed from about a yard or two out. So
Yeah, I didn't know if we were coming to that later, but see his miss from a yard out, that is like that is definitely miss of the season. It was horrendous.
But if we're going to talk about good strikers' instincts, Big Zeke.
Zeefouk, you mean? I'm not allowing this to
Yeah.
stick. I'm putting my fucking foot down.
Well,
Zeefouk.
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 Geno Zeefouk. He displayed lovely penalty box instincts. Good work from our wingers.
Yes, it was Walker sort of had it in the middle of the park and played it out to Nicholson just inside the box. Nicholson held on to it and Walker made this ridiculous sort of curved run behind him. Nicholson played a lovely beat. It was actually a really nice move. Played a nice wee sort of back heel. Walker squared it and Zeefouk just sort of stuck a wee flicky foot out and it jumped over the keeper.
It's a nice run.
Yeah.
You see it in the highlights. Well timed.
Just like absolute. Like it's a cliche to talk about it, but that striker's instinct to know when to be in the right place. But he runs like directly into the path of the ball, and it's nonchalant. I'm going to say it's a nonchalant flick.
Yes, it is. It is.
And
And again, GoPro goal cam. GoPro goal cam.
GoPro go cam.
Go, yep. That had quite a nice wee bit where you just see Callum Patterson screaming, yeah! The sort of
Wearing gloves, short sleeves.
It's generally sounded like his voice was breaking as he said yes. But yeah.
Yes, the system's working again. We're scoring loads of goals. This is great.
Great. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was in the replay of that goal on the highlights where it starts to look particularly like the weather was absolutely disgraceful. That's when you can see the sort of driving sleet all around, and my heart went out for you.
Oh yeah, that was when the jackets were zipped up, hoods pulled over the heads, and we just got on with watching us fuck Ian Murray 5-1.
Yeah. To be fair, it's a good remedy for it.
Great entertainment for all the family. This is the point where this is where I felt like from watching the highlights Dumbarton had completely given up, because their defence for Sam Nicholson's second was an utter disgrace. From a team point of view, in the midfield, Callum Patterson picks up the ball. No one around him. Like, you can't confirm that there were Dumbarton players in the stadium at this point, right?
A couple.
They were all there in body, but in mind.
And then he just curves the assist like around the back of an incredibly lackadaisical defence, and Sam goes in.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
Okay, great. Well, I'm glad one of us is working.
No, it's you know.
Not much more to say. It was just you summed it up perfectly, Nicole.
It was.
Thank you.
You should do a podcast. It was Nicholson that started the move, wasn't it? It sort of played a chipped ball out to Patterson and then made the run.
Was it not a crossfield ball?
Yeah, from Patterson, from Nicholson even to Patterson, and then Nicholson.
That played it over.
I have no way to disprove this. So yeah, sure.
Yep, cool.
Great.
Was
All right, I can remember that.
Yep. Thanks, man. You got my back. But yeah, it was a decent pass, and Patterson's touch was actually really fucking good. He had no one round him to make it difficult, but
It was Zayfook-esque.
yes, absolutely, he's learning from the big man. And then just sort of decent ball in, but if any defenders had been awake at the time, then it probably wouldn't have happened. Right,
You could see all of them just having like existential crises as it went past. It's like, I could reach that, but what would that change?
What's that going to achieve?
The absurdity of playing for Dumbarton.
They were all just looking at Zayfouk, terrified.
My favourite aspect of that goal replay is like for the first sort of 3 goals, you can see Rodgers like sort of shouting at his defenders and being upset when the goals go in. After that one, he's just like, well, if I get home early enough, I might get a wash on. Did I have curry last night? I fancy a curry again tonight, but you can't do curry 2 nights in a row. Oh, they've scored.
It's like the boring James Milner account.
There was a lot of chat that people felt sorry for him at the end because he'd actually made a number of stops that we're maybe not seeing, especially if you see the goals. And there was a view that we should feel sorry for the keeper, but actually I think when you look back at some of the goals, it wasn't his best day at the office.
Aye.
Or maybe it was, because I literally known 0 things about Danny Rodgers.
Yeah.
That might have been his best day at work ever.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. If you know about Danny Rodgers' office habits, please do email.
Yeah,
Imagine you had to phone Jamie Langfield after a 5-1 loss and say, Jamie, I'm feeling a bit down.
Got any pointers?
Yeah, you got any tips? How can I perk myself up after this?
Jamie Langfield would probably just say, LOL!
I think Jamie Langfield would draw on his vast experience of being in exactly the same situation and
go out and get cunted. Do it all again and get paid.
Possibly take up yoga. I don't know. I really don't know what Jamie Langfield's like as a person. This podcast has taken a tangent. Psychoanalyzing Jamie Langfield.
Yep.
Who literally did not play in this game.
Had nothing to do with it.
We rounded off our scoring. Zayfouk's second goal. Care to talk us through it, Mr. Marley?
Which one was the second again?
That was Walker from the right.
Yeah,
Slides in.
and he slid in. Yeah, it was a bit more of that striker's instinct, wasn't it?
Definitely.
I did have a steward in my way. She was blocking my sight of the goal, but I remember him sliding in, and it was a great goal.
Cool.
Great stuff.
He did seem to clear out. Like it did feel like he had incredible momentum as he was sliding that ball into the goal. I kind of felt like, I mean, it's nice that there's a large rock somewhere close to that, because that's pretty much the only thing that could stop him once he gets up ahead of steam.
To be fair, would you man mark a genuine Sherman tank? If a Sherman tank was going through on goal, would you try and usher it away? I don't think you would.
No, you're right.
Exactly.
You're very right. It would take a very brave Scottish defender to Tiananmen Square that situation.
Yeah, no, I'm taking the side of the Dumbarton defenders on this one. I feel sorry for them, and so we all should.
But after that, we had the biggest cheer from the Hearts support for the entire afternoon.
Yeah, it was quite. Yeah, the fifth 5-1.
Like what, they scored a goal, didn't
They
they?
did score a goal.
How did they score that goal?
It was a wee bit shambolic again. The Hearts defence,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of sleepers, but they they put it in, and everybody jumped up and went, "I won! We only won 5-1." And then I could see that Walker and Patterson were absolutely seething at the goal they'd lost, but were also confused by the reaction from the Hearts fans, who were all up as one, giving it the 5-1. So
it's quite good on the sort of highlights. You can hear the Hearts fans saying Murray what's the score, and you can hear them before the goal goes in saying we only won 5-1. And one guy you hear scream, "We won 5-1!" And then genuinely, as soon as it goes in, everyone in unison stands up and gives the 5-1.
Yeah. You know, the 5-1's pretty overplayed.
It is a bit now. But
No, it's not. It's exactly the right amount of play. We won 5-1 against Hibs in a National Cup final.
True, but it is slightly overplayed, but sometimes it's perfect, and that was one of those times.
Yeah.
And when it happened, we all went, "Hey, this is fucking brilliant!"
I love the idea of us being the club that get 5-0 up and then start getting desperate, cheering, straining, hoping that the other team score.
I'm now convinced that after obviously all the misses that Keaton's had, Zayfouk had, Nicholson had a couple of good chances as well, according to the Twitter feed, that I think we find it impossible now to score more than 5 goals. Ever since that cup final, we've just had this thing in our mind. It's like, no,
So just take it easy on them.
We are scoring no more than this, and defence. If you want to be a wee bit lackadaisical, do it.
Still hear Paolo's words echoing in their ears. It's like, don't humiliate them.
It's fine.
Speaking of Zayfouk missing chances.
See, I've got quite a funny story about this.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're going to be funny on the podcast.
Yeah, it's full first time for everything.
Ha 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 ha. No, I truly respect Rob's work, but continue.
Thanks, bro. The penalty was given, and Walker apparently picked the ball up. And I've heard from a very good source that Walker gave Zayfouk the ball, and I quote, because he was genuinely scared of him. Apparently, Zayfouk walked over, didn't say anything, and Walker just went, "Yeah, there you go, man."
That definitely comes across in the highlights. You get Walker picks it up, looks very determined, walks towards goal, and it's like he just sort of it's like. He there's a shadow blocks out all the light, and he's not really sure what's going on, and he looks up and he's just sort of like, "There you go, sir." you got this, and then the general fucked it.
Well,
It was quite a good penalty, I thought.
It was not the best penalty.
It's quite strongly struck though, bottom corner. It was on target. I think the keeper just guessed the right
If
direction.
Danny fucking Rogers saved it, okay.
Yeah,
That's
keeper,
a great
keeper
point.
went the right way, but he gets the follow up, and the game hits the keeper. It was disappointing.
Yeah,
Really
25-1 for a hat trick.
I wonder
speaking
who,
on your very personal
I wonder who had money on that. I quite liked McBookie. The McBookies on Twitter was like, it's 4-1 to score, like 10-11 at any time, 16-1 for a hat trick, and 25-1 to become a heavyweight boxer champion in the world. That's quite good, Pat. Actually.
He's a very large man.
Yes. I don't think we've touched on that yet. It's pretty big.
Yes, we did not score that goal. There's still plenty of time left. There's still a plethora of Keating's missed chances. When you look at the stats, you can see that we apparently had 23 shots, 12 on target, and I think almost all of them fell to James Keating's in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think he missed about 12. He could have had 4 hat tricks. No, but he is. Yeah, I think you were saying earlier you feel sorry for him, and I think I would echo that.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a single Hearts fan is complaining about Keating's. Nobody's unhappy with his commitment, his effort, or his ability, but he has missed quite a lot of sitters. And I don't, I'm not going to be. I don't want to criticise him, but there was one in particular from about a yard out when he put it over the bar, and that was like, ouch.
There's been so many strikers in the history of the game though that's been the thing that you say about them, and all it illustrates is that they're really great at creating chances.
Oh yeah, there will be a game when James Keating puts all these away and he'll become runaway top goal scorer in the league. That's. Look at obviously it's already happened once. He scored a hat trick this season.
Yeah.
People forget that because he got injured and then was out for a while and stuff like that. But he scored a hat trick at Wraith. He's a guy that gets himself into phenomenal positions. He times his runs perfectly. Maybe it's just a concentration thing. I don't know. Maybe that's his thing. But yeah.
I thought that he was pretty unlucky. I think he will definitely in one game just put them all away.
Yeah.
It's one of you're not going to criticise. Maybe if we'd lost it or you know it's a draw or something, you're going to say, well, you could have put that away. So what? At the end of the day, we won 5-1.
Yeah.
But there will be a game, I think, this season when we utterly destroy a team, because we should have scored 10 in that game. There were so many chances, and I think there's going to be a game when we destroy someone, when we utterly pump them.
I think we've been saying that for a while now. Like,
but then we just pumped someone 5-1 and we're like, yeah, we're going to utterly pump them. We're not going to just pump them. We're going to fucking really pump them.
We'll get straight to the wrist next time. But like, I don't know. Like, it's weird because that was the sort of pattern when we were beating Livy 5-0. We were beating Cowdenbeath 5-1. We were beating Dumbarton 5-1. Race Rovers 4-1. Falkirk 4-1. There's so many. Like, I don't.
It's a pumping, isn't it?
I don't think there's many teams that we haven't beaten by more than 2 goals this season. Like, it is. It's ridiculous.
Is it not that we really just feel we've been shite against Hibs? We've maybe been a wee bit lucky against Hibs, but we feel that we could really destroy Hibs if we played well.
Yeah, that's a weird one actually. Like, you're probably right. We haven't played that well against Hibs this season. If we actually
I think Hibs have made sure that we haven't played well against them. They're such a weird squad. They can clearly
they're just so fucking weird.
What, they
can
clearly
seen the nick of that Cummins.
They can clearly only get it up for us and Rangers.
Oh, aye.
The way they collapsed against Falkirk, like, I had to look at their highlights as well. They're farcical. I actually kind of thought that I've been thinking the last couple of weeks after their performances against Rangers and us that, they get into the playoffs, they're going up because they'll destroy Rangers and they'll beat everybody else. But now I'm not so sure. Like, I thought they turned the corner and their mental strength was back, but apparently not.
Well, obviously,
apparently they still just don't concentrate if it's not maroon shirts in front of them.
I didn't keep in touch with the game all the way through. So, I mean, I saw they were 3-1 up. I take it they won, yeah. I mean, no, but they were at home and they were winning 3-1
with that famous Easter Road crowd behind them.
Exactly, yeah, and it was like 70 minutes gone. I got to assume that finished maybe 4 or 5-1 perhaps. I'm joking. I know that they fucked it again. They're just so great at dropping points against shit teams. Like,
do you not think though that in the playoffs they'll maybe, I don't know, they'll beat Queen of the South, they'll beat Rangers, and then they'll be pumped by St Mirren.
No, I really want them to play like St Mirren or Ross County or Motherwell, whoever it's going to be. It'll go to a penalty shootout and Cummings will miss again. That's what I want. That's what I need to sustain me. I need that.
God, that would be so funny. I mean, like when I think about it,
think about the millions of pounds that Jason Cummings will have cost them.
I really want them to come up. I want Derby's next year, but oh God, that would be delicious. So we got a little bit sidetracked there by Hibernian hilarity, but I was going to.
Who doesn't love a bit? I was going to complain.
I was going to say that, it seems weird to say it, but I actually think all of our strikers coming back from injury over the next couple of weeks will actually help Keatings, because it means that he'll only be played in games where the situation suits him. We've talked a lot about how he's a 4-4-2 striker. He needs a big man beside him. He created a lot of chances. He got a lot of chances in Dumbarton. Like you were saying, any other day he would have got a lot of goals. He's not now, as long as So and Zefek are fit, going to be playing on his own up top at Ibrox or anything ridiculous like that.
I don't think So's really going to have a look in at Ibrox. I think it'll be too soon.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't think he'll
Unless
even
there's
be on the
something
bench.
we don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he'll even be on the bench. I think he's only really been running. He's not even really kicked a ball yet, so I reckon it'll still be a couple of weeks.
So Dale Carrick starting and scoring a hat-trick then, yeah? This is the next
The
thing.
forgotten man
Yeah.
of this season is Dale Carrick.
But this is the gorgeous thing that I was going to say about the striking options that we have, is that they are all options. We've got 5 strikers and they're all different from each other.
Yeah, I think that's an incredible thing to have, to be honest, really. It's
As a
El
Hearts
Hearts as
fan,
well. Yeah.
To be sitting going, Hearts have 5 different striking options that can all score goals. What the
What? I don't think we've actually ever had that, let alone since, name a year. Like we've never had that. Like.
Possibly in the times where we played 5 forwards in the 50s.
In the 1950s,
yeah.
Not since Combald and Warthog.
Yeah.
No, it's obviously it's fantastic to see. No, I'm a big fan of Gary Oliver as well. I think he'll come good with a wee bit more age, a wee bit more time on the pitch. So it is. It's great to see.
Getting the right amount, just little tasters, little bits of game time.
I think that's perfect for him. Yeah, absolutely. And I wouldn't rule him out. I mean, if we do get El Haas, Carrick back by the end of January, I wouldn't rule him out going back to Steny.
Yeah,
you can only go back to Steny because you can't play for 3 teams in a season. But I wouldn't rule it out at all.
that would probably be the right thing to do.
Otherwise, he'll just be left to
game time,
languish. He'll be doing nothing. But yeah.
What?
You okay there?
What?
That sounds like Danny Rogers. Is that a cross?
So in the end, being a Hearts fan's pretty great.
It is. It's pretty good at the moment.
We all love Gennaro Zeefuik, so he's getting songs this week.
He's getting songed the life out of. Yeah.
What a guy! I can't wait until he just eats Rangers. Okay, so we got a couple of emails.
We got emails again.
Yeah.
People care again.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
A view from Gorgie emailed us to ask us to go easy on good old Ian Murray in the podcast.
It's a bit fucking late for that.
Oh wait, that's not what I meant at all. What I meant was work it right round the 0-7 haircut Hibs fuckwit.
Yay! We already have. Thanks.
So, yeah. Well, but thanks for the pointer, man. Like we might have forgotten to get it rammed right up Ian Murray. But,
that's the sort of stuff we need. That's great. Yeah.
Thanks for that contribution. And then Colin Grossman emailed us a song. Somehow managed to predict that we were going to pick Big Zeke.
How could you ever guess that?
Zeke.
Oh, you fucking done it again as well. That one went under the radar. It's not going to stick, man.
So, right, let's attempt to do justice to this. And if you're looking for a massive striker, and you know Chris Boyd will never do, and you don't want Dominique Malonga, there's a Dutchman who is right for you. He'll keep scoring, he hates the Huns and the Hibees, we're not caring how much he eats. He came to Tiny for one thing, yes, one thing, to score goals up front with Keats. It's a folk, Zefukov. It's a folk, Zefukov. It's a folk, Zefukov. Ha, Zefukov Hearts.
That's fucking great.
Well done, Colin.
Well done, Colin Grossman. Yeah,
that's good.
Fully deserving.
By the way, lads, cheers. But I'm off to KFC. See you later.
Alright, thanks for dropping in, Marley. We'll just handle songs without you, okay?
Alright, cool. Cheers.
Nailed it.
Mr. Borthwick.
Is it I?
It is you.
Okay. So, Zeefuik, you're a hard star. Get your goals in, get paid. Zeefuik, you're a lone star. Got my guns then, nah, day. You're only here for 6 months. Gives you plenty time to fuck the Hounds.
Ugh.
Yep.
Well, yeah, bit of Smash Mouth. You can't complain unless, you really are aware of what Smash Mouth are like.
I've generally put more thought into that song than any other song I've done this season. I actually wrote it on my phone and everything. That's now forever in my notes.
That's not going anywhere.
No, it's staying.
Well, you'll be able to show that to everybody around you in the away crowd so they can all join in.
Exactly, I might just get it printed out. Nickel.
Yes. Gennaro Zeefuik is scoring well except for the pants, but he's a tank. And it's true that if Gennaro Zeefuik decides to eat you alive, then mate, that's what he'll do. Bit of Texas. Bit of Texas
There, I like that. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Marley, who won?
Yeah, Marley's back from KFC.
Yeah. Bargain buckets all round.
How was your singer?
I could open a can of beans with Zeefuik. Zeefuik.
No, that was great, man. Well done, Marley.
Nice.
5-1.
Do you have an opinion on which of those three songs was the best?
I think Rob's the winner.
Thanks, man. Zay Falk, you're a hard star. I'm applauding myself because I'm that kind of cunt.
Yep. You earned it.
Yep, thanks.
You earned it. Just live it.
Thanks, bro.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of this episode. Oh, we've got an exciting fixture coming up on Friday, don't we?
Didn't we just going to Castle Grayskull?
Is it too much to say we win this, we've won the league?
I don't know.
Sorry, Rob just started to deflate there.
It's if we win it, it's 16 points in it, and that's with our goal difference. And if we win it, our goal difference will then be grander. That's 17 points basically that they'd have to make up in the space of 17 games.
And only 2 more fixtures against Rangers and Hibs left.
Yeah, and we don't have to play another game against Rangers or Hibs for 3 months.
Yeah, 6 wins, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's. I think that would be it.
I think if we lost it from there, then we might as well give up football. I'm calling that.
Wow, that's the high stakes indeed.
Seriously though, if we lost a 16, I mean, obviously it's ifs and buts just now because we haven't won the game, we haven't played the game. If we give up a 16-point lead at the top of the table, then that's pretty unforgivable almost.
But we're fine if we lose a 13-point lead, right?
It's more.
We can continue being a football club after that.
It's more forgivable.
I think at the 13-point lead, if we do lose, it goes. It's 10, and then it's a wee bit. It's different. But if it goes the other way, boom.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we've won it.
Fortunately, they're shy.
They are shy.
They are horrendous. They were quite lucky against Alloa apparently. Like one off the bar, one off the line in the last 2 minutes. But Alloa are a bogey team of them.
Yeah. I wonder what Blackie's putting on Friday. Probably a Hearts win.
Just go to Ladbrokes in Shannon and you'll find out. Allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
allegedly.
all this and more chats for next week's.
And we even have guests lined up already. We're actually fucking organised. Like this is.
Let's not start cashing checks that we can, writing checks that we can't cash. Like this could all fall apart. There might not be a podcast next week.
That's true.
We might just all set ourselves on fire and run into the sea. Anything's possible. Anything can happen.
You never know.
Is that what you're going to do to celebrate the glorious Hearts win? Don't do that.
That's
Calm down,
dangerous.
Nickel.
Oh, okay, I'm committed now. I don't want ever to say that I'm not a man of my word. Oh God!
Tickets for this are available if you email the podcast £5 a pop.
Yeah.
PayPal to Rob directly.
Yeah. And the email address is, that's a nice link, yeah.
We have no cares at gmail.com.
Tis, and also the Twitter is at we have no cares.
And the Tumblr is wehavenocares.tumblr.com.
And I am at RF Borthwick if you want to tweet me anything personally at any time.
Do you want to tweet me? Do you want to tweet me? Yeah, you want to tweet me at Nicole Hay.
There we go. Nice.
I don't think anyone really wants to tweet me.
Oh, come on.
Well, force them to.
Okay, at UNM99.
There we go.
It's EU Ewan
Yes.
because he's European.
Jesus Christ! This podcast is taking a nosedive into a place I didn't want to go to.
Dumbarton.
Steve Crawford.
Steve Crawford.
Amaruso, that's a run, it's a down!